It's taking. Oh, here we are. We're live now. Hello, everybody. Elizabeth Johnston here of Own Your Creativity with my wonderful and awesome friend, Ann Gordon. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here, Elizabeth. Always fun to play with you.
It is indeed. So, I'm really excited about your summit, the Client Transformation Summit. I think that's a great title, a great theme for a summit. But I wonder, how you came up with that name and why client transformation is so important for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's a good question. And the name just kind of popped in because that's what it's all about. But really, I kind of struggled with it. I was kind of searching for something a little more catchier and snappy. And it's like, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And so the reason for doing this is, if you are a coach, if you're a healer, if you're an author, if you're a speaker, you have a message to share. And you have this calling, this purpose, this passion that fuels you to share that message. And you believe, and I believe that you do as well, can actually shift people's lives for the better when they hear your message.
Yes.
And so we're all looking for ways that we can make a profound impact in the lives of our clients. And for me, that looks like a retreat. And because for me, I feel a retreat is the ultimate transformational experience. But not everybody can go on a retreat. And not everybody is into whales and dolphins like me and my participants are, my audience is. However, that I know that there are many, many other ways of making that impact. So that's why I started this summit, is because, one, bottom line, you can learn all the strategies and you can learn funnels and you can learn, marketing and, enrollment calls and all that stuff and how to put a website and copy and all that. But really the bottom line is the transformation that you're leading to your clients to. And that's the root of our business, all of our businesses. And so in this summit, I've gathered 30 experts, inspiring industry experts like you, Elizabeth, to share their method, their tips, their secrets, their strategies for bringing about transformation in the lives of their clients. And so that we can all learn from them and add more transformational tools to our toolkit.
I think that's so important to show that there's many more ways to slice the watermelon than we previously thought, because client transformation is completely necessary no matter what industry that you work in. And if you don't understand that is like part of your toolkit, along with marketing and website and all that stuff. And I agree with you. I think that it's actually one of the fundamental things, because if you're not able to change people's lives, then what are you in business for?
Exactly. I mean, and if you think about it, it's like, even like Nike, and if you're looking at like selling shoes or something, it's not just about buying a shoe, but it's about transforming your athletic experience, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's so important. So who's going to get the most out of coming to the summit?
So if you are a coach, a healer, an author, a speaker with that message to share, this is exactly who I created this summit for. It is for you that, if you're like in Elizabeth's audience and have a story to tell and you have a book that you want to write, or just want to get your story out through your business or to promote your business, then this is exactly what you need. Because look at it like this is like, it's the mall of transformation, right? You can look at all the storefronts and all the different interviews in the summit and go, oh my gosh, this one's all about the transformational power of money. I don't get that, but I struggle with money and I struggle with abundance and I can barely pay my bills, but I'm still making this message. it's a powerful interview, right? And you're gonna,
Mhm.
and one of the things, I'll give you a little hint. This is Susie Carter, and she talks about how wealth is your birthright.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
Yeah, just that statement alone, it's like, whoa, what? Right? And
Yeah.
so every single interview, I learned from every single interview. And honestly, I felt like I had been to graduate school in transformation after conducting all of these.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. What was like one of your biggest takeaways? I know there's, you probably learned something from all of the participants and
Totally.
speakers, but what's one of the biggest takeaways, and how you might incorporate it into your business?
Well, I mean, yes, totally. I learned from every single interview here. So it was like, oh my gosh, I've got all these ideas and ways to improve my retreats and my programs and all my offerings. And I think what's fun about these interviews is not everybody's talking about what you think they might be talking about.
Right.
So if you some of these speakers before, you may go, oh yeah, I've seen Jay Facette, he's going to talk about joint ventures, or I've seen Doug Sandler and he's going to talk about podcasts. But you know what? They don't.
Cool.
In fact, Jay, I've been working with him as my coach for a couple of years now, and he shared something that I had never heard him talk about before. And I'm like, Jay, how come you haven't shared this with us before? You've been holding out. But it's this experiential learning model. And it goes, we all want to lead people to that aha moment or that breakthrough. Yes, now I finally get it. But that's not where you end it. That's not the end all. You want it, right? And a lot of us, and sometimes it can be for those who are, really good at processing and implementing those aha moments, but not everybody is. And so he teaches this whole model that's only half of the circle. And then he completes the circle where how you can implement that and really anchor it into the life of your client so that it does last forever.
Wow, that's so cool. And one of the things that I love about how you've organized this summit is that all of the talks are available for the full 5 days of the summit. And so my talk was on Monday, but if people register, and I have my link below here, they can register and they can see all of the talks for free. But how can people get even more? Like, what's the next layer of goodness that people can participate in?
Yes, I want, some of these summits where they're live, and if you can't make it at the live hour, you miss the talk completely. Or if you, you get 24 hours only to watch those featured speakers that day. I want to make it easy for you to consume because I know it's hard. You're busy. You're an entrepreneur. So I want to make it easy. But to make it even easier, we do have a VIP paid upgrade. It's free to join and watch now until Friday, although there might be an encore performance over the weekend. But so if you opt in, you have all that time. But after that all goes away. And so you get lifetime access if you upgrade to VIP. But what you also get, and this is something I've only seen in one other summit, and it was not even in the coaching industry. And that is, I'm doing 15-minute bonus deep dive interviews with each and every speaker. And those are only available if you are VIP. And in those, we're getting some real practical tips. Some of the speakers lead us through processes, through experiences, and it's like, I remember one of them, Cindy J. Holbrook was leading me through, she talks normally about visibility, but she led me through this whole exercise, and she started laughing because she had me write down, she goes through and you write down 3 names of people that you admire. And so I wrote down these really big names. And then she said, what is it about them that are inside yourself, that trait that you see inside? And that's exactly what it is. Like, because I wrote down names like Gandhi and Nelson Mandela, and I'm like, how do I compare myself and see things that they have that in me? So it was a really great exercise. So there's some really juicy nuggets in those bonus interviews.
That's awesome. And you also have opportunities for us to interact with people as well. Right. And is that part of the free or the VIP?
That is the VIP. Every day I am opening up a Zoom room and inviting the VIPs to come in. It's a drop-in basis. You don't have to be there, but it's for 2 hours every day. You don't have to be there the whole time, and you can come and go as you please. But I'm also inviting the speakers to drop in. And so we're having some really powerful conversations, and you can get, and so far we've had at least 2 of the speakers on the previous day's calls, and they're really fun. And the VIPs are getting one-on-one conversation with the speakers. They can ask questions, they can get feedback on their business, talk about what they're struggling with, and you get not just me, but you get sometimes 2, 3 of the speakers to weigh in on what your questions are. So it's great fun.
I'm looking forward to participating in the one that you're doing just today, nice. Later on today. So that'll be cool. And is that going to be part of the VIP upgrade as well, like all those Zoom call ones,
yes,
so they can
VIP.
access them?
Yeah. Awesome. You get instant access. You get the Zoom link. You get the times, the dates,
and the recordings.
We're not actually recording those. They're just kind of spontaneous, but they're just, so it makes them really, really nice and intimate.
That's wonderful, but that they're every day too. So, you know, if we're busy one day, then we can drop in at another time and interact with people. So that's a great opportunity. All right, so I have put the link to join the Client Transformation Summit in the comments here. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us before we sign off?
Absolutely. And I just want to mention that, you know, I know sometimes VIP, it's an investment. I get that. But it's an investment in yourself. So you can have these long term. So if you're down the road, you're stuck with a client or you're not sure what to do with them, just go and pull up these interviews and go, maybe that's what I need to learn, or I can try this with my clients. And Marcy Nelson Garrison has some really powerful exercises she leads us through that are really easy for you to use with your clients. And I'm doing something that I also don't see in a lot of summits, and that is I have a give back part of this whole summit, and that is for the VIPs. I'm donating 10% of the monies brought in through VIP upgrades. And that's not 10% of the profits. That's 10% total.
Wow.
And that's going to the Center for Whale Research in the Pacific Northwest of the US, where there is a very critically endangered population of orca whales that really need a lot of support right now. And the Center for Whale Research has been researching and working on conservation projects with them for 45 years. And I know them personally, and they're doing great work. So I'm walking my talk, putting my money where my mouth is. And I'd love to have you join me to support those beautiful apex animals of the sea, the orca whales.
I love that, you know, to be the change that you want to see. Because a lot of people think that, oh, my business is separate from any kind of philanthropy or causes that I believe in, but there's no reason why you can't, you know, incorporate that into your business model. And one of our Facebook users says, I love that, give back, Anne, beautiful. Nice. So thank you for participating. Yeah, it's really important, and I love that you are modeling that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're near and dear to my heart because I actually grew up with those orca whales. I lived right on the edge of the water and spent every summer boating in that area with my family. And they were kind of what kind of inspired me to be who I am today. So I want to reward and support them for inspiring me at such an early age.
And Anne has got so many awesome, wonderful stories. So, jump into the Client Transformation Summit, come onto a live, and you're going to get to know Anne on a whole different level. It's endlessly interesting. So I'm really looking forward to that interaction with you. And thanks so much for being on my live today, Anne.
You are so welcome. And you're right. In the live calls, like the other day, on Monday, we had a gal on the call, one of the VIPs, and she had 2 golden retrievers that walked by. So I said, well, you may not know this about me, but I actually trained some of the dogs in the Air Bud movies. And she was like, really? We went off on a whole other tangent, but it was super fun and connecting, and we had a great time.
That is awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you in the Client Transformation Summit, and take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.